This is weird because we're not like doing
A little
audio.
bit. We're not used to this. We got us so shy.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Never mind. Scrap it out. Scrap it.
We'll just
I don't.
upload 20 seconds of video and we'll say we tried.
We tried. Listen. Listen. Listen.
Listen to
I mean, no. Scrap it. I don't want to do this anymore.
listened. So I guess I should say welcome to Undercover Coven, everybody.
Welcome.
This is us in audio, in video form. I'm Paula.
I'm Ale.
That's Ale. And I guess we're doing this now. I love how we've been talking for like 2 hours and now we're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But okay.
I know, we were trying to figure out how to split the screens. But
no, and then my neighborhood has a chat because bad things happen here, and we just found out they were.
Which I found so cute.
Yeah, it's just that third world country, you know. Yeah. And we just found out that they were robbing a house next to mine.
So they all went there.
So everybody went. we grabbed our pitchforks. I didn't because it's cold, but all the neighbors grabbed their pitchforks and went to get the guys. But they ran away. But they have the car
license plate.
The license plate, yeah. So that's good.
The car thing.
The car thing. Okay, so as you all know, I live in Chile, so I'm here in Chile, and Ale is in Canada. So this is how we record normally, but on Skype. So we normally just talk like this, and we record our audio separately, and yeah, that's just how we have to do it.
Yeah.
So we asked you for questions, and we got questions. So yeah. I'm gonna say who said the question. Yeah, and then you can answer first. So let's start with the Woods podcast. As always.
Hello.
The support, thank you. Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse mermaid?
This is the one question I was most scared of.
This is a question that I have a really hard time imagining. And it makes me laugh.
You gotta really think about it.
Yeah.
What would be the pros and cons, though?
I don't know. Is it that a reverse centaur, do they mean like I have a horse head and human, oh god, and then the mermaid, I have like a fish head and human, oh no.
I feel like I would rather be the mermaid.
The mermaid? Why? The fish person?
Because I feel like it wouldn't be as terrifying as a reverse centaur.
Okay.
Because a mermaid is just like a person size, and a centaur is like, it's a big thing.
A big thing. But it's reverse. So wouldn't it be like a normal person running around with those horse masks?
You know how heavy that would be? The horse mask.
I swear. Isn't that what it basically is? Or am I like not correct?
I mean, now I'm trying to remember what a centaur looks like. Okay, where is my phone?
Yeah, that's what I'm Googling too. I'm like, what's a centaur? Maybe we're like really wrong about this.
I feel like we're. What is?
This is a centaur.
Yeah, see, that would be terrifying. Well,
so it says the upper body of a human and the lower body and legs of a horse. So it would be the upper body of a horse and the legs of a human. Wow, that's actually terrifying.
It is terrifying. I don't know what you mean. Oh my god. I looked for reverse mermaid.
Oh no.
Oh, this is so cute. Also kind of pornographic, so I don't know if I can show it or not. It's a drawing.
That's adorable.
That's adorable. I feel like I would be a reverse mermaid.
Okay, so I just found pictures of a reverse centaur.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the fish head and the human legs because oh my god.
Plus, think of this. You can breathe underwater
True.
and then still walk on earth, walk on sand.
No, but you can't because you couldn't breathe oxygen. Like, I mean, breathe outside of water.
But mermaids can breathe oxygen, though. Oh, but fishes can't. Never mind.
Yeah. But I don't
still be the
see.
fish.
I only see cons when thinking of a reverse centaur.
Or a reverse mermaid too.
I'm gonna go with the fish.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is from Peter.
Hey, Peter.
So it says, everyone knows, I love this question, by the way. Everyone knows what Ted Bundy looks like. Do you think he's as hot as everyone says? I think he looks like a dweeb.
I agree. Also, we've had so many conversations about this with Paula. I feel like we bring it up at least once a week.
We do.
What do you think? Yeah.
I think that for the 70s, he was attractive. Like, he was like a very, it's just that you look at rock, for example, I like rock stars. So you look up rock stars from those times and they're like that not the most attractive people ever. So I think that for that time he was like an attractive guy, but for me, like now, no, not at all.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he was attractive. I feel like I wouldn't have been attracted to him if it was those times. I think he was charming more than anything. Like he was smooth talking, and I think that's what it is.
I agree. Yeah.
But if you think about it, for the 70s, he was preppy. I mean,
he dressed well.
He dressed well. He was preppy. He was smart. I mean,
smart.
He was smart for the most part. Earn our quote. He was smooth. Like he knew. Like he was fucking sociopath. So he knew how to charm his way into anything. So
True.
I feel like that's where it comes from. Like I would understand why somebody would be attracted to him. I don't understand why somebody would be attracted to him
now
after the fact that it was known that he killed all those women, but there still are people out there, so
yeah.
But I agree. Right. He does look like a dweeb.
In conclusion, he does look like a dweeb. So Ken is from Kills and Chills, the podcast. Mm-hmm. So it says, if you could choose a way to die, how would you go?
I think I'm torn in this one because everybody says like, I would love to die in my sleep, but nobody knows, like, okay, somebody looking at it from the outside, it looks like you're dying all peacefully, but what if you're like having a fucking nightmare or like a night terror or like sleep paralysis? What if the person is having that and you just don't know and they're like dying and they just died, like,
true,
they died in their sleep and it wasn't peaceful for them as people think it was. That's what that's the way that I see it. So I feel like I would probably, if I would have to choose a way, like I have to die other than naturally, probably a shot to the head. Just it's fast and painless.
I was thinking something similar. I was just like the fastest and pain-free way possible. Like if somebody snaps my neck, I don't know what context that would be in,
Yeah.
but if somebody snaps my neck, everybody knows that that's like painless and really, really fast.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like you said a shot to the head, and I'm like, okay, but would you have to stare down the barrel of a gun?
That's the thing. If I can get it, if I have it in my own terms, like, hey, cover my head, and then you don't know when it's coming, or like I'm
Like a
fast asleep
sniper?
and you just hit me, or like a sniper, you don't know when it's gonna happen. I feel like I would, if I had to choose, I would probably choose something like that. Not like,
Hmm?
hey, threaten me and put the gun in front of me, like in my forehead, and then because that's horrible, a horrible way to go.
Yeah. And that's the last thing you would see, so no. But I think like I'm gonna go with snapping my neck off.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your sister, Paula, hola Paya.
Hi, Baya. Should we say why they call her that? Actually, I don't know why they call her that. Oh
I
yeah, I
don't
do.
know.
She
I'm a
had a.
good friend.
You're a good friend.
I'm a good friend.
No, there was a little. One of her best friend's little brother couldn't say Paula, so he would always say Baya, and they just started calling her that in high school, and then that stuck. Super random.
Like I honestly only know your sister as Paya. Like I totally
Baya.
forget her name is Paula, which is the same as my name. But I totally forget that that's her name.
That is her name.
That is her name. Okay, so this question is really obvious, but would you rather be abducted by let's add a why. So would you rather be abducted by aliens or chased by a serial killer, and why? Go.
Oh, I'm torn. I would rather be. Oh, actually, I feel like if I was being chased by a serial killer, I could get away. And then if I'm abducted by aliens, I can really surpass their intelligence. So I feel like I couldn't be able to get away. And they could be good, but also they could be bad and like try and probe my butt and stuff. So I'd rather be chased by a serial killer because I could outsmart a human, but not an alien.
But could you outrun a serial killer?
I don't have to run, I can hide. And he can keep running.
Okay, but he
That's what I'm saying.
catches
I could
you.
outsmart.
But he catches you, and then you're like tortured. That's
Well, what
not
if an
good.
alien tortures me too, though?
But I don't know. I would rather be abducted by aliens, but it's because they're aliens that I would rather be abducted. I'd just be like, oh my god, aliens. I would be like starstruck by aliens.
Yeah. She's like, can I have your autograph?
Can I have your autograph? You're aliens. But I think
Um,
that being abducted by aliens and then coming back, you're not necessarily gonna die. And then you're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be traumatized. But I
well,
don't
yeah.
know. I just find it so interesting. Like I would rather be I would
That's
rather be
a
traumatized by aliens than having a near death experience with a serial killer and never trusting it. Well, I don't trust humans, but never trusting a human being again. Aliens. I'm confused.
but doesn't scare you that an alien, it's the same type of scare, like same type of fear of never trusting, like just being scared that for the rest of your life that you're gonna get abducted by a human, and or like the not knowing of are they coming back for me, like the aliens. Like you don't know like when they're gonna show up again and try and like abduct you again.
Man, I don't know. I just that I am such an alien type person that I feel like I would be
Yes.
so welcoming. But I
You
just
feel
know
like
that,
yes.
but I know, because I like, okay, so I lived my whole life being like a super alien fan. I'm like, I want to see a UFO. I want to get abducted, la la la. But the first time I saw a UFO, I totally freaked out. I started crying.
That's
So
like me with ghosts. I totally get that.
yeah, I know you
Yeah.
do. So I'm like, I want to be abducted. I want to leave. I'm going to be like, oh, you're aliens and stuff like that. But I know I'm going to freak out. So I don't know. I'm going to say abducted by aliens because it doesn't happen normally.
Ah.
So I'm going to
the
be
humans
like,
who you should fear. That's true.
exactly. So I'm going to be like, dude, I got abducted by aliens. And people are going to think I'm insane. And they already do. So
You can make so much money out of it.
I'll get a Netflix special.
There you go.
There you go.
The fifth kind.
The fifth kind. The fifth kind? Okay.
Yeah, you don't know what happens after the people.
Fourth?
That's all the people that went missing.
Yeah.
You don't know what happens after they come back.
According to Chilean legend, they're on the Friendship Island.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so,
which we should talk about that. We haven't talked about aliens yet.
No, we have to. It's just that it's a topic that's it's not new, but I feel like maybe Friendship Island is something that people
for sure.
might want to know
People
about.
would love to hear about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what about you? Are you abducted by aliens or chased by a serial killer?
I'm actually torn, like I said at the beginning, just because I feel like it's humans who you should really, really fear, because it happens more often than like aliens abducting you. But I feel also that if in any case that I am abducted by aliens, are you scared they're coming for you?
No, Jax opened the window, and I was like,
don't go outside.
The fuck?
Oh yeah, he hangs out in the roof, by the way. I think we've said this before.
That's Jax, the fluff, and that's Lady, but you can't see her.
I feel like in any case that I am abducted by aliens and I am in a dangerous situation, I feel like I couldn't outsmart them, because they would have technology. They would be smarter than me 100%. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I would be able to outsmart a serial killer, if anything, because humans make mistakes, so it would be easier to get away from a human than an alien. So I don't know. But now that we brought the topic of what if they abduct you and then they bring you back, you'll be traumatized for life and people will think you're crazy, but also you can make a shit ton of money out of it. So I think I'm going to be abducted by aliens.
And plus, why are we assuming, why as a society, why do we assume aliens are bad? Like, maybe they're our friends.
Maybe they're our makers, and maybe they abduct us, just whoever needs a little cranking up of their...
I need it. Please take me. Please take me. Why do we assume they're bad? Maybe they bring us up into their spaceship because they're lonely.
And they want to give us a tour of their wine cellar.
Why? I don't think aliens drink wine. I think they're far superior than that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what superior people drink. But remember the movie The Arrival?
No, but you've told me about this.
Okay, so basically, spoiler alert, the aliens, what they wanted to give the scientists was knowledge and language.
Mm-hmm.
So what if they abduct us and they give us something? But we come back to Earth and we were like, holy shit, dude, that was a trip. And we don't remember what it was. Or we deny it. Or it's something so powerful that our brain just can't wrap itself around it, and we just deny it.
Huh.
See?
Do
Aliens.
you remember in which movie was it that I think it was it might have been a cartoon, never mind. It might have been The Simpsons, but see, this is what I'm basing my knowledge on. The alien would touch you and they could show you everything they knew. Or might have been E.T.
Isn't that E.T.?
I think it's E.T.
Oh
And
man,
so
I haven't
remember,
watched E.T. in a while.
he touches Elliot in the forehead and then he sees everything and then he understands because he had that connection with E.T. and then he understands everything.
Yeah.
Is it an E.T.?
I think it's not that he understands, but he knows what E.T. is like feeling, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, I feel like such a bad cinephile right now. I haven't seen E.T. in so long.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm sorry.
Well, they had that connection though.
Yeah, no, the
Since
connection was
first time,
there.
Yeah, like whatever happened to E.T., Elliot could feel. But there, I'm 100% sure that there is a scene where he touches his forehead or something, and something happens. And I don't know if he sees something or like he feels. There's just something
But
that thing.
But you're getting to a point where like maybe they tell us
Yeah.
something. Maybe like I've read a lot of abduction stories and most people are like, oh, they wanted to tell us, like they wanted to give us a message.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true.
And there's different alien races, so maybe right, there's one race that maybe like likes to probe you and experiment, but maybe there's
Wait, have you
another
never
one.
seen Star Trek? You people?
But maybe there's another one who's nice,
Yeah.
Wow,
like America versus Canada, like that, but with aliens.
Wow, that's a stretch, but okay. Sure.
No, we have shitty people here too, so.
There's shitty people everywhere.
Shitty people everywhere.
There's shitty. That's why I don't leave my house.
Same.
Wow, we talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
We went into like philosophy level into that. Okay, next question and final question is from Peter. Peter, once again, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, really, thank you.
Bowen. No, okay.
No. You laughed too much. I felt bullied. I had to go to therapy. I had to go to therapy, and I was like, my co-host bullied me on the air. On the air.
On the ear.
On the air.
So sorry.
Look, she's still laughing. She's still laughing.
Okay.
I feel discriminated against. I feel bullied.
Oh my gosh, she's so dramatic. Okay, James Charles.
Okay, in real life, I really am dramatic, but I'm just joking. Because if not, I would have honestly started to cry.
Yeah, she would.
We all know. Okay, so I like this question because I feel like we could have a lot of conversations. So it says, I would like to know, since you're not from America, do you hear a lot of paranormal and alien stories from other parts of the world, or is it mostly America? So to start off, we are in America because we're South American. People from the US,
North America.
I know, but people from the US really need another word for
America.
People from the United States.
That is called Murica.
Merca. Because we're South American. You're in Canada, you're American also. But okay, so responding to your question, do you want to go first?
Well, I was just gonna say that in Chile there's a lot. That was my first brush with like alien abductions and like aliens and UFOs and stuff. It was in Chile.
Oh, definitely.
We're huge on that. I realized throughout the years.
Yeah. No, and I studied it a lot, and the north of Chile is where you can see like the most activity in terms of UFOs. And it's so cool because my dad is as big on aliens as I am, and my dad was like even abducted. He remembers being abducted, and now people think I'm crazy. But he
I
is,
don't. I remember the story when you told me.
yeah, he's going to the north of Chile for the eclipse that's happening.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like so excited because he's going to the desert, and that's where you can see like the most alien activity. And he's
Ooh.
like stoked on that because he's gonna go see some UFOs. But yeah, Chile has a amount of UFOs like you wouldn't imagine, and there's like crazy abduction stories. Like there's a story about a general in the army in the 70s during the dictatorship who was apparently abducted by aliens, and he
Serves them
signed
right.
yeah and he signed a like a non-disclosure agreement, like he couldn't say anything, but that it ended. It was only for like a certain amount of years, and before he died he like blabbed the whole thing out. He was like, this happened and this happened and the government is hiding this and this and this, and
Wow.
and that happened here.
No.
Yeah, I totally forgot his name. I'll look it up and you can read the story. And the other one is Marcelo from Cachureos. Remember Cachureos?
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome story. So there
Oh
was
my
this.
god, we should talk about that. Okay, so I remember this when I was a kid. Okay.
Okay, so Marcelo from Cachureos was a show. Everybody, I know you were like, I'm not gonna get into so much detail because I would love to do like an episode on this. But anyway, Cachureos was a series that kids watched when when we
so
were
it was
little.
like, imagine like Sesame Street with, but live-ish.
Live-ish, right?
With a host, with like an actual person host. They would sing songs just like Sesame Street. They had like cheerleaders.
Yeah, and they had dances and stuff like that. And so people that are our age would watch that. I even watched it when I was living in the US. That's how popular it was in Chile. We had Chilean TV over there. And so the host, he was with somebody else and another singer, and they were in a car together, and they were followed by a UFO. And this is like on record amazing story. So I'm not going to get into it, but when I was little, I remember reading about UFOs, and my dad would be like, oh, in Chile there's like a ton.
Yeah.
And I never saw
the
UFO.
whole Friendship Island thing, like that's in our, like the Easter Islands.
Oh no, that's in the south. That's in the south.
Oh yeah, it is, but it is in Chile's
territory. Yeah. And
Chilean
Easter
territory.
Island, like Easter Island thing is also very like close to alien things. And there's a bunch of cryptids here, and oh boy, there's like a bunch of things having to do with aliens in Chile. Now, paranormal, I would say the US.
Yes.
Like hauntings,
no.
hauntings, ghosts, possessions, like I would say the US.
I would say the US as well, because there's not a lot here in Canada either. I don't agree fully with that though. It's just because, just like you are into like aliens, I'm into ghosts, like the paranormal.
We have experts here.
Right. You know. You're talking to two college professors.
Of course.
Anyway. I would love to major on that. Ooh, I wonder if there's a career where you could do that.
I know there's ufology, but you can only practice it in the north of Chile, not here.
I got
so that we have that big ass telescope and everything.
So, but I do feel that there's a lot of places around Chile where you can find definitely. I've heard a lot of stories, like there's places in the north, there's places around our town where you can find a lot of like paranormal, like ghost stories and stuff like that. mostly in the north actually, where they used to have where the war happened.
Yeah.
Everything happens in the north, but where the war happened, I think that's the main place. Like there's full on like ghost towns.
Chuquicamata. Chuquicamata.
Chuquicamata, yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of that's one of them.
Mm.
There's like ghost towns where families used to stay during
It was a
I don't know if
mining town.
it was
So
mining towns, yeah.
so once the mining was over, people would just leave, and the town is there
Yeah, so
intact.
there's like schools, there's stores, like everything is there technically. There's ghost towns, and you can see like there's a lot of paranormal shit that happens there. Outside of what I know from Chile and the US, I think like you said, the US does have way more grab on that.
But I think it's because of the shows. Like, we don't get ghost hunting shows here in Chile. We don't have any Chilean ones.
But we do.
Which one?
We used to.
Which one?
When I was living there. There was this one show which was actually my favorite. I can't remember the name of it. And I remember they used to go to haunting locations. You don't remember the reality show that we had?
Psíquicos?
No, it was a reality show, and they had, I can't remember the name of it. I remember a family friend was in it actually. She lasted like maybe like 2 weeks in it, and then she got voted out, or she just wanted to leave or something like that. Can't remember, but they were staying. So each season they were gonna stay. Imagine like Big Brother, but they were staying at haunted locations.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I'm gonna look it up in the name and I'm gonna send it to you. They had that. They had the one that it was like almost like the Fear Factor, but with haunted locations. So they would set up. Okay. Does anybody remember the show PewDiePie? That PewDiePie had on YouTube? That they would send them to like.
Oh, Scare PewDiePie. Yeah.
Yeah, Scare PewDiePie. It was like that, but they would go to actual haunted locations, and so they would set up traps. Not traps, but like challenges that they had to go through. So there was like a team of 3 people. It was like the elevator thing that the US had.
Okay.
That you would come out of an elevator and they would tell you like what to do. It was like that, and so like the person had to go with like a GoPro and like run around this like haunted building until to get to their next location, so they could pass on like the next challenge to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times like they were like scared out of their minds, and like creepy shit would happen in between because of course they're in haunted locations and they're like in the full dark, like trying to go through like these places.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No, but apart from that, like, I don't know any shows. Like now, especially, like there's no ghost hunting shows.
Well, now there isn't.
Or things like that. But everybody knows like ghost hunters and ghost adventures and blah blah blah. And there's like a bunch of channels on YouTube that are famous. And for example, remember Salfate?
Yeah.
So there's a guy here that does like all paranormal kind of things, but every case he talks about is mostly from the US or from Europe, but it's mostly from the US. They always talk about like the Warrens and haunted locations in the US, haunted psychiatric hospitals, things like that. That's why I think like mostly paranormal things are from the US.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say
definitely the US does have more grab on it, I guess, and I don't know why that would be it though. I mean, I would understand, but also like there's so many other countries that are so much older.
Oh,
it's just that
obviously
everything in Europe is probably haunted, but I mean, we just don't hear about it.
Maybe it could be just the exposure. Maybe we have to explore more. I think
we do.
That's a good thing. And in like big abduction stories in the US, I couldn't tell you. There's like Area 51 and you know, those places near Route 66 and things like that, but like
Yeah.
this person got abducted, I would say it's more here.
Yeah. You know what I do hear, like, because that's what I grew up with, right? So I know, but I don't know much from the US,
That's
to be honest with
different
you.
because I grew up in the US and I know there's more stories here.
Than over there.
Yeah. And when I say, I'm talking about like legitimate abduction stories, because sometimes they're like really fabricated stories.
Yeah.
And I think the US has a lot of like those mockumentary kind of things.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh, yeah.
but I think Chile definitely has more aliens, more to do with aliens.
There's a lot more activity, definitely a lot more alien activity in Chile than, or like at least UFO activity than any other place.
And that's because they say that's because of the Andes, because there's places in the Andes where you can't go.
Ah.
Oh yeah. No, and up north we have the desert, right? The Atacama
Mhm.
Desert, and it's like it's miles and, well, kilometers and kilometers of
No.
nothing,
Yeah.
of nothing. And they put like this big ass telescope like right in the middle. So there's like a lot more things on record,
Yeah.
thankfully. And it's like I would love to go before I leave Chile. I would love to go and just like lie down on the floor and just like look up in the sky and
To see what you see.
try to see
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
We should.
we should. If there's two things we have to do when you come or when I go, is go ghost hunting or like urban exploring,
Mhm.
or and go UFO searching. Yeah.
Okay, then when you come here, we're gonna go urban exploring because I know places. Definitely. I just, nobody wants to go with me, or nobody has time.
I'll just warn you, I'll go, but I'll freak out.
It's okay. I'll
I'll
keep you safe.
I'll freak out. I'm gonna be like it's gonna be like BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I'll be
Ryan,
Brian, and you can be
Shane.
Shane. Yeah.
Some of Shane, because I do believe.
Oh yeah, no, but you'll go in like willingly.
Oh yeah.
I'll be with like my bottle with holy water, and I'll just be like, oh
I'll
my
walk in and
god.
be like, "Hey there, demons! It's me, yeah, boy."
And I'll be like, holy shit, what's happening?
Oh.
I swear, any small thing will like freak me out. Like Ale just showed me a video where there's like dolls moving, and I saw the first video, and I started to look everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, something's
Because
watching me.
the video, it was like the doll moves his head a little bit, and then the person who's like recording her is talking to somebody else, and she's like, yeah, I probably, when I move, I'll give her away, I'll find her a good home, and the doll just goes like,
Yeah,
bitch, you said what?
it's so
And
freaky
Paula just goes,
because I seriously, I was like, because I swear the doll, like you would expect the doll when you see those type of videos to go like,
it's like,
yeah, no, but this fucking doll goes, and I'm
like that.
no, I'm like, no, burn the
And then the wind
doll.
chimes, they all
Oh,
get scared, and then the wind chime just starts like somebody's hitting it,
and there's no wind.
and there's no wind at all. And she's like, oh no, hell no. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, she's like, hell no, and I'm like, dude, I agree.
I agree.
Burn the doll, burn the house, move away, get out of the country, new identity. Like, no.
No.
If there's such a thing as like a spirit transplant, I would get that too. Because, oh my God.
Don't kill me.
I
Yeah,
swear,
that was
Ale,
terrifying.
is like so open-minded when it comes to the paranormal. And I'm open-minded when it comes to aliens, but no.
That fucked you up. So that's the thing, is that I'm usually with like haunted dolls videos. I really don't. I was trying to find an explanation. I'm like, it could be anything. Like,
Okay, so there was a doll who used to make faces, and then the batteries were like gone, and the gears were weird.
The batteries were dying, he said. So
They're dying. So then all of a sudden they show her at night, and she would be like this, and then she would be like this, and it's like my face. But that could be like the batteries.
it could be because so the doll had like a cranking motion in its arm, right?
Right.
And so he's like, but it's broken. So he kept winding it up and winding it up. And so of course, if it is broken and the batteries are dying, what do you think the doll's gonna do? And the entire time I'm like, I don't think it's haunted. I think it's just dying. I think the doll is just
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
but that doll with the big doll with the head, no.
It's
No.
just a no.
And then they
Because they're
hear
all
like
talking so like casually too.
and they hear like a little girl talk. No.
Behind you.
No.
I mean, what?
No. I didn't know.
Your mom's home.
I would seriously like I would stop this video and I would just like go cry in the corner. I swear. Like no, like I remember Ariane when she was a guest on the podcast and she was like, "Oh, I hope you could sleep tonight" or something like that. And I'm like, "I hate you. I hate you." Then at night, this dumb idiot starts thinking about it, and I'm like, "No, I'm an idiot. I swear. No, it's no."
You're not. You just get scared a little easily than
For
easier than other people.
for the level of things that I talk about, like I can talk about true crime, I could talk about aliens, I could talk about the paranormal, but I swear, I saw a
If it actually
UFO.
happened.
I saw a UFO. I saw a UFO right there, and I
And you
freaked out. I freaked out. My dad was so excited. He was like,
Of
"Oh my
course.
god, look at it!" And I'm like, "I don't want to look at it." It's just that it freaked me out because it was a little light that I saw like right in the the window is like really big, right?
Yeah.
So I saw the light and it came closer but really slow and then it went like this. And I'm like, no,
We're not alone.
we are not alone.
Cue the cries.
Cue the crying. And then you know what we did?
What did you do?
My dad and I we hopped in the car and we followed it.
Oh, I have a question though. Like your reaction to that, wasn't it like a part of it as well that it's like, oh my god, I finally saw one. It is true.
Oh yeah, it was definitely like a mix of
It was mixed
excitement
emotions.
and like pure horror. It's just that I remember the same thing happened to me when there was the earthquake.
Okay.
That I was so happy that there was an earthquake because I really wanted to feel an earthquake, right? But then the earthquake happened, and I remember going downstairs, like running. Ariane was with me, and I remember going downstairs, and I started crying, but I was smiling, and it was just like, I'm so happy this is happening, but holy shit, the world is moving.
The world is moving.
Because it wasn't like this, like
Quakes
people are like earthquakes.
Scary, though.
Earthquakes aren't like this. This one was a wave.
Yeah,
And you could
there's
feel
difference.
it. Oh man, that was trippy. So I was scared and I was like really excited at the same time. So yeah. That basically describes a lot of my experiences.
I think that's just you.
I think that's just me. Wow, I need therapy.
You are in therapy.
I am in therapy. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Anyways, next
Anyway.
question.
No, there's no more questions. That was the last one.
Oh, that was it. Yay.
We finally did this.
I know.
We were gonna do it yesterday, but we recorded.
Is somebody knocking on my door?
Oh my god. The aliens.
Hello? Well, that was weird. I heard a knock on my door.
It's the aliens.
They're coming for me.
We were gonna do this yesterday, but we had just woken up. We were like,
No.
no, I prefer to do it now.
I asked Paula, I was like, are you gonna do a lap for this? And she's like, I'm just gonna look presentable. And I was like, okay, good, because me too.
I swear.
This is what we usually look on a daily basis.
I kind of put on lipstick a little bit and
I
a little
noticed that.
mascara, but that's it.
I know I brought up my things to do my eyebrows, and I went like this. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah. And plus, people like, they're our friends, you know.
They're homies.
They're homies.
They're homies.
It's not like, I don't know. It's just that I
What?
feel like when people get like all dolled up for like these type of videos, it's like kind of fake, because I feel like when you do a podcast,
AKA
you're having,
half of the YouTube community.
but it's just that when you do a podcast, you're like having a conversation, you know, it's like really casual.
Yeah.
So why would, I feel like it has to be like with friends, you know?
Yeah.
So that's us. And I'm freezing, so I have my llama alpaca
Oh, that's
sweater.
so cute.
It's from the south, from Pugon.
I love it.
Okay, so how long is this? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for watching, which is weird to say.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Undercover Coven.
And you
And
can email us at undercovercoven@gmail.com.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it.
Have a good night. It's Saturday today, so I hope you partied.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Party.
upload this on Monday. So yeah, have a good week.
Have a good week.
Yay! Bye.
Ow.